not the limit. If a man wants and can afford, he can cross the planet too. SpaceX have earlier announced their project on space tourism. Elon Musk has recently warned that employees that company could face heavy risk of bankruptcy working for this project if not managed effectively. While we don't have any information regarding the numbers of the project, this is not the first time SpaceX has faced this problem. This is Dimple Racharla, host for the day. Today we are having with us Mr. Sudhakar, environmental activist, Ms. Riddhi Toshniwal, a NASA scientist, and Ms. Megha, an economist on the studio to discuss and put forward the question, is it worth it? Do we really need the concept of space tourism at the risk of its heavy budget? Ms. Megha, it doesn't take small amount to construct or work on the project which is that huge. Do you consider the concept of space tourism as a risk to the economy or it is a boon to the economy?
See, as you mentioned in your question, it is a very vast thing. It's a very big thing. Space tourism takes up money, takes up space, takes up time. It takes years to plan it and months to even train to get on it. So as to the economy, I think it is it's a very big question because it says space tourism is a very vast thing, but then it depends on what kind of support you have and what kind of resources you have.
Also, let us know the opinion of environmental activist. I hope Sudhakar has a quite contradictory opinion to what Ms. Megha said.
Yes, I am extremely disappointed with this entire project. As big as it may sound, I think the damage that's going to be caused, I think is completely hidden here. So the SpaceX Starbase launch is exactly facilitated and constructed next to a wildlife preserve.
Yeah.
And as soon as it's launched, the debris that's going to be rained around here is going to cause so much damage to the vulnerable species there. And even the activity surrounding that area, first of all, it actually begins with the place before it even gives damage to outside space. So we are extremely disappointed with Elon Musk. I don't know, it's like a billionaire's game at this point.
Ms. Riddhi, can you give us a more scientific point of view regarding the concept of space tourism?
Well, I think I will agree with Mr. Sudhakar on the point that it's causing damage to the nature. But then let's look at the positive side about the project. The way we will get to explore, the way we'll get to experience, and the way it will be a lifetime experience for a person who goes out there. I think that, there's a lot of benefit to this project as well because all we are trying to do is explore, to build the technology in such a way that, it is very good for the future generations coming in. And I believe that taking this step forward is not a big risk because...
Yes, Riddhi, can you please hold on for a second? Before we move further with the discussion, let us also know the opinion of public on it. Our Pragna is on the streets of India finding the real opinion of the people.
We are now here on the streets of real India to find out the real opinions of the people about space tourism.
I actually think it's a great idea to explore what's in your planet and outside it. So there's a lot to explore in our galaxy. If I can afford it, I definitely explore what's in our galaxy. I don't know why people are making a big deal out of it. You're actually weightless in the space. So why not?
You're ruining the whole planet. You don't have to ruin another one. It's too expensive also. I'm not going to do that.
So these are the opinions of the people. What do you think? Let us know your opinion through the poll number given below. This is Pragna with cameraman Jairam. Off to the studio.
Thank you so much, Pragna. So we can also see netizens have a quite mix of opinions on the topic, while some are not even completely aware of it. We also have few samples of social media awareness here on the screen. Yes, Ms. Riddhi, can you please continue now?
Firstly, I don't know what to say. I mean, looking at memes like Hyderabadi biryani in space, duh, who does that? However, I think I'll bring in some good piece of information here. Let's talk about Uber Eats. They recently finished their first project where they delivered food to the space. So you see where technology is standing in right now, where we are in our day-to-day life right now. Hence, I would absolutely be in favor of this project because tell me, where is development without a bit of destruction? I know that, it's a huge project and it's a huge risk we are taking, but then if we go forward systematically and we keep every other factor in our mind, I think this can be a successful project like others.
I'm afraid the privilege that we're talking about here, it's not for everybody. You do realize Elon Musk is a billionaire, and his line of vision probably only thinks about the upper class society. Everybody, the rich people, will definitely experience this, and at what cost? Forget about the damage. I don't think everybody will have an equal opportunity here. What about the underprivileged?
I think I understand from where Mr. Sudhakar is coming, but then it's also a very big opportunity for us as a planet and as an economy. I think it is such a big opportunity that we are getting to do something like this. And of course, as Ms. Riddhi mentioned, that everything, like even development, comes with a cost. And of course, we have to sacrifice or let go of some few things so that we get to a point that, can become a very big opportunity for us.
I think you're not realizing the actual fact here.
Mr. Sudhakar, please hold on. The debate will continue, bringing you more information and more arguments to discuss, but right after a short break. Stay tuned. Here we have a short clip which we extracted from the channel, which would raise a few more questions.
Virgin Galactic likes to brag that their missions to space emit far less CO2 than the average flight from, let's say, New York to London. And they're right, but is that the real problem? It turns out that these space tourism flights release a lot of black carbon into our stratosphere, which is extremely dangerous because actually it's much more dangerous than CO2. If you put the black carbon into the stratosphere, it's extremely dangerous. It stays up there for years. Now, if you don't know what black carbon is, well, if you've ever seen a coal-burning stove or sat behind a truck releasing black smoke into the air, that was it. It comes from the incomplete combustion of fossil fuel, biofuel, biomass.
So it doesn't seem like the companies that are doing these upper atmosphere trips are yet concerned about this.
No, because we're studying carbon dioxide they were looking at, and they're like, wow, we got it, we're good. But no. But this definitely needs to be something that we pay more attention to and research as space travel becomes more and more of a consumer market. We've talked about this before remember we were talking about who would own Mars?
Yes.
Would we colonize
Space
Mars?
law.
These are all kind of, to go back to our Star Trek story, exploration. Things we don't know yet, things we haven't decided yet because we've never been there. But
to boldly go to other planets and mess up their atmospheres
and mess up
too.
the current ones.
Ms. Riddhi, as a scientist, would you support the statements which are made in the video which we just saw, or do you have anything more to add or disagree with?
Well, the video we just saw, I think it's a very generalized video about space again, and people really need to go into the depth of space, and that can only happen when people are passionate. Not the whole population can be passionate about space. So the ones who are trying to study it have a good idea and are trying to understand what this project is going to bring forward in our coming day-to-day lives. But then I think I will tell something here about the point which was made about Elon Musk before a while. I think he's a man of words. He has done impossible things and he's got them, become possible. PayPal and SpaceX are two amazing examples. If you look at how SpaceX is functioning from a NASA scientist point of view, I believe that they're doing great the way they're bringing in opportunities, the way they're exploring, the way they're doing the research is going to be something which is going to benefit our society a lot. They've launched rockets, and not every project of theirs is failed. NASA has a lot of faith in SpaceX, and that's exactly why we are also trying to tie up with them, bring all this technology together and bring a huge change in the society. We believe life can exist on different planets as well, and unless or until we try, unless or until we go forward, I don't think we'll be able to do something. Coming to the research part, let's talk about the solar phones. You see where technology has come. You can literally charge your phone under the sunlight. The whole day you charge your phone and use it in the night. See, technology has developed a lot. And like I already mentioned, with development comes a bit of destruction. Aren't we already doing it? We are sending satellites. We're doing a lot of things. But we're making sure that there is a balance, which will always be kept in mind.
I do agree about the part where a balance is supposed to be maintained. I think awareness is really important, and it will definitely help to reduce the damage that's going to be caused in further launches in the future.
Miss Megha, do you agree with the statements which they made, or do you have any other different views as an economist relating to with the global economy?
See, I think they've made very valid points, but as an economist, I'm always on the brink of what is going to help our economy. And as such, of course, that this is such a big deal, as I've already mentioned. It takes up years, but with the right exposure, with the right things, and with the right support, I think we can open so many opportunities, and that can all be used for our own benefit.
I think we already have our conclusion here. We can see how all of us are agreeing to the same points. Like Mr. Sudhakar mentioned, yes, keeping in the nature, the destruction in mind is very important. And like Ms. Megha mentioned, the economy is very important as well, because it's a very huge project and we need to make sure that the finances are in a balance. And from my point of view as a scientist, I believe that this is going to open new gates, new opportunities and new experiences for people.
Yeah, thank you so much, Mr. Sudhakar, Ms. Sridhi and Ms. Megha for being on our show tonight and spreading your knowledge to us and our audience. You and I have heard various views on today's topic. Let us also know your views on space tourism through the toll-free number which is mentioned below, and post your views on social media using hashtag space tourism, and don't forget to tag us. You are watching Geetham TV. Keep watching. This is Dimple Rachella signing off.